Well, joining me now to talk about this is United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees spokesperson Babar Baloch. He's in Islamabad. Sir, thank you so much for your time. It's much appreciated. I understand that you've recently returned from the border of Afghanistan and Pakistan. Just talk us through the situation there. What did you see? What are those refugees facing at the moment?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon from Islamabad. Indeed, the situation inside Afghanistan is getting dire day by day. The conference that you were mentioning and the humanitarian efforts in terms of asking for the world's solidarity with Afghan people is very timely, and it's needed more than ever. So far, what we have seen is that the humanitarian crisis has remained and stayed inside Afghanistan. Since the beginning of this year, 2021, we have seen more than 600,000 Afghans being displaced within their country. That numbers, in terms of when you sum up all the figures of people who have been displaced inside Afghanistan, is 3.5 million today. And also Afghans are going through a lot of uncertainty. When I was at the border, so this was Pakistan's border with Afghanistan at Chaman, Spin Bolak. Chaman is on this side and Spin Bolak on the other side. We have seen that the borders are regulated and being managed as the countries have right to do so, and there's a lot of trade back and forth movement, and Afghans are being admitted with their identity papers, which is needed, but also on humanitarian grounds, which is also very important. But so far, in terms of those who are coming and approaching Unhcr inside Pakistan or in Iran or in other countries in the region, as saying that they have been fleeing insecurity or the refugee outflow, that outflow we have not seen is as expected. The focus of attention, that's why, needs to stay inside Afghanistan.
And you talk about this focus now needing to stay inside the country. What needs to be done? I mean, is the UN working with the Taliban? Do they have access to those in need in Afghanistan to get them the help that they need?
We have to, I mean, we are humanitarian organizations. Our principles are impartiality and neutrality. We have to work all sides, authorities on the ground as well, because the focus is to reach to the most vulnerable who have been displaced and who have been kind of suffering the consequences of what has been happening in Afghanistan for the last 40 years. And that's why we have been trying to highlight, I mean, currently we have a humanitarian crisis at our hands. A humanitarian catastrophe has to be averted. The world has to bring its attention back inside Afghanistan, because if you look at Afghanistan today, people are going hungry. People don't have access to healthcare. You have many people who have been displaced. Afghanistan has a population of 40 million. Even before these new developments, half of that population was relying on humanitarian assistance. So we are talking about shelter, we are talking about food, we are talking about water, and also, you know, in terms of people who may not be able to go back to their jobs. Women rights are a concern right now. So the world has to stay engaged in terms of making sure that Afghanistan and its people are not forgotten.
Yeah, it's a really pressing issue and a very frightening picture you're painting there for us. Babar Baloch, live to us from Islamabad. Thank you so much.